Hey, Brownsbridge, welcome back to our second to last episode of Preparing for Christmas. I can't believe that we're here. And I'm so excited about tonight, actually. Tonight starts our Christmas Eve services at 4 and 6 o'clock, and then we're doing them again tomorrow on Christmas Eve at 4 and 6 o'clock. I really hope I'll get to see you at one of those services, but I have loved this journey. I've loved preparing for Christmas. I know for me, it is really one of those things where this season doesn't pass me by as quickly when I take time each day to prepare and to focus on my relationship with God. And I know that's been the same for you, just in talking with you and getting to read the comments of what's been happening for you as we lead up to Christmas, and just take some time each day to focus on our relationship with God. I've gotten to hear some really great stories, and I've loved each of them. So tomorrow's going to be a little bit of a special video, a little bit of a different video. So today is kind of our last in these traditional videos that we've been doing. And what I wanted to do today was just think about some of this journey and think about what it looks like moving forward. You know, we've had these daily deposits that we've done, and hopefully they've produced some peace and some different things in your life. And one of these sayings that I keep coming back to is this idea that the proof of change is the presence of peace. That there's a lot of things in our lives that we can fake. There's a lot of our things in our lives we can muster, but peace is one of those things that's really hard to fake. And so when we notice that we're at peace in situations that maybe we wouldn't have been at peace at in the past, we realize that God is continuing to change us. And the proof of change is the presence of peace. I love that thought. And so I wanted to, for this kind of last episode, go back to our book that we've been in a bunch over the last 4 weeks and talk about kind of the culmination of soul keeping that John Ortberg wrote. And, the premise of this book, if you haven't read it, is really John Ortberg talking about his mentor, Dallas Willard, and talking about how Dallas has guided John to have a healthy soul and to have an understanding of what it looks like to care for his soul. And unfortunately, Dallas Willard does end up passing away at the end of this book. Unfortunate for us, but Dallas, I think, looked forward to it and was even excited about being with his Heavenly Father. And so one of the things that John talks about at the end of this book is what that transition was like, watching Dallas pass away and some of the conversations they had towards the end of Dallas's life. And here's one of the things that Dallas told John right at the end of his life. He said, "What matters most about your life is the work of helping people know that God is alive and present and loves them. This is the reality that Jesus called the kingdom, and it is among us and it is available, and that life is precious, yet it can be wasted with terrible ease." This was kind of Dallas's, one of the last thoughts that he imparted upon John Ortberg, was that life is precious and all that really matters is the soul that we develop and how much we are able to help connect people to a God that loves them. And I love that thought, of course, but I love this kind of ending statement that John Ortberg makes. He says, "I watched Dallas and thought, this is what a redeemed soul can be." So as we're thinking about this, our Christmas, prepping for Christmas Advent videos are coming to a close, and we're going to wake up, it's going to be December 26th and then January 1st, and we still want and need a healthy soul. And so John Ortberg kind of looks at Dallas's life and he says, this is what's possible with your soul. This is what a healthy soul looks like, because he was able to see it in Dallas so regularly. And these are kind of the hallmarks. He says, to be able to say yes or no without anxiety or duplicity. When we have a healthy soul, we can speak with confidence and honesty. We can be willing to disappoint anybody, yet ready to bless everybody. To have a mind filled with more noble thoughts than could ever be spoken. To share without thinking, right? Just to be able to share and not worried about, oh my gosh, what does this person think of me? Are they going to think less of me if I share what I'm thinking? But just to share without thinking, to see without judgment, to be so genuinely humble that each person I see would be an object of wonder. and then to love God. That this is what a healthy soul produces. It produces all these things. And I know I'm not there yet. I know I've been working on this for quite a while, and I want to be that kind of person. I want to be that kind of soul that sees people without judgment, that looks at everybody as if God sees them and sees the wonder that is true about each person. And so that's my hope for you, is that as our preparing for Christmas comes to an end, that you would be able to think about how to care for your soul in such a way that you would experience the love and the peace and the joy that only comes from that deep relationship with our Heavenly Father. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Please leave me a comment below and just tell me kind of maybe a takeaway from what the last 4 weeks has been for you. And I will see you back here tomorrow for Christmas Eve.